I can't think of a cozier place to tell a story. Popcorn. That corn we popped. Everyone get comfortable, because I'm about to tell you about the time I punched a guy in the face. This is the only time I've punched someone in the face that I can remember. This whole story took place last year, or the year before. My friends wanted to go to a haunted house, as for fun. Oh, for fun. I said, that's cool. I can deal with being scared for a couple of minutes, 20 tops. We're in, we're out, we're back in the car going home to get coffee or something. We were all up to this place, super busy. You can hear people screaming from outside. So we buy tickets, we wait in line. As we get closer, we're like, wow, this is taking a long time. This shouldn't take this long. I see a sign. It says, this attraction will last an hour to an hour and a half. Have you ever been scared for a straight hour and a half? It is exhausting. So I'm getting even more nervous because I'm like, I can't do it. Oh yeah, the people with me is 2 of my girlfriends, 1 of the girlfriend's boyfriends, and 1 of my guy friends. So we finally get into the building and they make us sign waivers. Waivers for what? What are y'all gonna do? I need to sign my life away. We sign these waivers and we start standing in line. The line ramps like this, like a Disneyland line, like super crazy lines. People start popping out of nowhere. There's guys hanging from the rafters. There's people like slithering through. All of a sudden they're like next to your face. I'm already on edge. They know, they can tell, they're targeting me out of all the people in there. So we're not even into the attraction yet and my mind's already playing games on me. I'm like looking around. I'm like doing double takes of people. I got my lazy eye, like one direction and my good eye the other one just so I could cover more ground. So some girl finally brings us to let us in. So as she closes the door behind us, she just goes, good luck. Great, thanks for the confidence. We walk in, can't even really figure out the layout of the place yet. So we do like 1 turn, 2 turn, 3 turn. I southpaw lefty, sock him in the face. Came out of nowhere. I didn't even know I was walking around like this, but I was walking up playing defense before we even got in there. Did it on accident, did it out of fear and instinct. Fear stinct. Clocked him. I immediately recoil. All my friends are like, why did you do that? I'm like, who knows? This guy is like, who's like a zombie or a goblin or whatever. He starts reeling back and holding his nose and he like disappears into the darkness again. I'm like, good for you. Go seek medical attention because I got you good. But I felt bad and I thought I was going to get in trouble. So I just yelled. I was like, I'm so sorry, but you are doing a great job. So that was the first 30 seconds. We had to keep going. They didn't kick me out. So we started doing all these different turns. I'm doing my best to stay in the middle of the group. I don't want to be on the end. I don't want to be the first one. I made sure that my tall guy friend was in front of me and I took my hands and clenched the back of his sweatshirt in both of my fists and just kept like maneuvering him around when I was scared. Just like dodging people. We're winding through this. We're like confused. At one point we even went behind the scenes. Like we must have taken so many wrong turns that we were like behind the attraction where like some guy had to come get us and scare us back into the attraction because we were like in the hallways that the actors use and walk around in. Like it wasn't scary. It was just like very plain. Like it wasn't decorated. It was just like a plain walkway and we're like, is this part of it? It kept getting smaller and smaller. And no, and then someone had to scare us back into where we're supposed to be. So that's why it took even longer because we were like going off the beaten path. We were like part of the attraction at one point. So we finally head back where we're supposed to be. All of a sudden we get to the staircase. Now who knew there was a staircase? Why are we doing this multi-level sort of thing? Why don't we just make it one flat surface, in, out, boom? No, because what's more scarier than a haunted house but a haunted house with a flight of stairs? So no one scared us on the flight of stairs. You just took the stairs normally. As soon as we get to the bottom, we're like, oh, it's just a big open cement hallway. I guess this is just like in between the 2 attractions. Then all of a sudden, you hear the ripping of a chainsaw. We turn around to the left. Guy with a chainsaw comes out of nowhere. What? Excuse me? Me and my one friend, we take off. We leave the group. We take off. We're running down this open hallway. And immediately hits us. Oh, we sign that waiver. We're not supposed to run. We come to a halt. We start walking in. We're like, oh my god, we lost the rest of the group. We're running. We're not supposed to run. Cool. We see an opening. We're gonna go up there. Another chainsaw comes out of nowhere. Comes from the other side. No, it's like chainsaw. Lost our friends. I turn around, use her as a shield. She's small. She's like 5'2". I got like 4 inches on her and like 100 pounds. I turn around, use her as a human shield. And I'm like bracing myself against the chainsaw. And then at one point, I turn around and I slam her into the wall. She's like, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, like, the chainsaw has disappeared. We're still separated. We go to the next room. You walk into this next room. It's dark, but it's like green lit on the bottom, and you're walking across a bridge. A bridge. In a haunted house. In a basement. What? So we're like, no, we can't do it. We go back. We wait for the group. Then we go through. Then you get to the last part, and you're like in these chained, cage-like hallways, and they're coming from like the top and the bottom. They're slamming on the cage. I'm freaking out. It was a disaster. We finally get out of there after an hour and a half. I walk out of there. I'm soaking wet. I'm drenched in sweat and regret. I look at my friend's sweatshirt. His sweatshirt is so wrinkled. You can clearly see where my hands were like ripping his sweatshirt. I totally stretched out his clothes. My bad. We had to drive with the windows down all the way home because I was so hot and bothered and stressed out. So that is the time that I clocked a guy in the face at a haunted house. Did it by accident. I didn't get in trouble. And I don't really do haunted houses anymore. You know, was that guy okay after I punched him? I'm assuming yes, but I did no follow-up. I was busy fearing for my life.